Hello kind people of YouTube and welcome back to another video. I already uploaded 2 videos today, but this is going to be the proper video of the day where we take a look at some analysis of the markets, at some news and at the markets in general. The earlier 2 videos were just about Ripple XRP, but quick disclosure, this video will also primarily focus on Ripple XRP because that is simply where most stuff has happened today. Now, a couple hours ago, we saw XRP continue the trend from the last couple days, the trend of significant crazy gains, and at one point it had gained about 100% and hit almost $80 cents. So it was $0.8 worth. At this point it has dropped quite a bit again and seems to be consolidating somewhere between 50 and 60 cents. At 56 cents right now, which still represents a 52% gain from yesterday. It had briefly surpassed Ethereum to become the number 2 cryptocurrency by market capitalization, and we can see the market caps very close together right now. Ethereum at 23.3 billion and XRP at 22.39 billion. Let's actually refresh this. They're actually a tiny bit closer together once again. This dance seems to be continuing for a while. Now, XRP shot up so ridiculously much in such a short time period that this was to be expected. Whenever we see prices shoot up like that, like crazy, especially when there isn't a clear catalyst, we see the prices drop a bit after, but generally consolidate at a higher price than they were before. And if we're actually taking a look at the daily price graph here, we seem to be safely above 50 cents for now. Let's see where the price will... I'm trying to find the highest price it reached here. I can't get closer. 76 cents is the highest I can find here, so almost 80 cents it was earlier. Now at 50 something cents, 55 cents. That is still a massive increase. Just a couple days ago we saw 25, 26 cents. Now we're well over 50. That is still more than doubled from a couple days ago. Unfortunately, hasn't been able to stick in second place for long, but these two are so close together, anything could happen in the coming days. Now, of course, XRapid is still not live and Ripple is still getting news pretty much every day, so who knows how much upward potential there still is for XRP in the coming weeks. For now, we just have to watch the markets and see where we're consolidating. But in general, we're also seeing the markets shoot up with pretty much every coin in the green, with the exception of Lisk, which is only down 0.12%, and Waves also down 0.06%. Pretty much the entire top 50 are in a sea of green. It's pretty beautiful, with a lot of coins having double-digit profits today, not profits, double-digit gains today. The market cap at 222 billion, I believe earlier it hit just about 230 billion, up from just a couple of weeks ago 185 billion, and Bitcoin dominance continues to fall 52.3%. It is inching closer towards 50% again, when we have seen it much closer to 60 than to 50% just a couple days ago. I think at this point we can speculate if this might be the beginning of the next bull market, which seems to be very much driven by XRP. We saw XRP, as it did 3 days ago, as it did earlier today, we saw it shoot up first and then everything else to follow suit, and we saw XRP move more than anything else. So it is very much possible that XRP drove this, this massive gain from the last couple days. Let's look at some analysis, shall we? First up, and as always, all these articles will of course be in the description. Ripple passes Ethereum to claim number 2 ranking on CoinMarketCap. This is from an hour ago and by now it is not in number 2 anymore, but let us still look at the article because it is an analysis of the markets. Altcoin Ripple XRP, which has seen an explosive amount of growth over the past week, has overtaken Ethereum Ether to be ranked number 2 by total market capitalization on CoinMarketCap. As of press time, Ripple has a listed market cap of around 26 billion, that is now about 23 billion. While Ethereum, now in third on CoinMarketCap, has around 23 billion, it is still there in market cap. Bitcoin is still ranked number 1 with a market cap of around 115 billion, and nothing much has changed there. Ripple has seen unprecedented 140% growth on the week, up almost 80% on the day alone, to trade at around 65 cents by press time. At the beginning of this week, Ripple executives hinted that its XRP payment platform solution could soon be launched. Also this week, PNC, a top 10 US bank, announced that it would use RippleNet to process international payments for its customers. Over a 24-hour period, total market cap of the crypto markets has gained around $26 billion. I believe around a third of this was just XRP alone. With total market cap currently around 228 billion by press time. Now once again it has lost significantly since then at 222, but is still up much over yesterday. Next up, a look at more of the markets more in depth. 20 billion in 2 days, crypto market surges as Ripple continues rally. This is actually from before Ripple hit its high for the day. Within the past 48 hours, the valuation of the crypto market has increased from 198 billion to 218 billion in a rally boosted by a surge in Ripple token XRP. We see here everyone bringing back the entire market movement to Ripple XRP. It's not just me saying this. XRP, the native cryptocurrency of the Ripple blockchain network, recorded a 40% rise on September 21st, continuing its momentum that was established earlier this week. Qtum, I never know how to pronounce this. Stellar, OX? I never know how to pronounce these because I always just see them in text. And Cardano were some of the best performing cryptocurrencies on the day, recording 15% gains against the US dollar. And here we get to the big question, end of the bear market? Question mark. Throughout this week, Bitcoin recorded a 6% increase in price, stabilizing in the $6,700 region, while the majority of cryptocurrencies in the global market demonstrated 10 to 50% increase in value. The struggle of Bitcoin to break out of the $7,000 resistance level and record similar movements on the upside as other cryptocurrencies is attributable to the dominant cryptocurrencies trend over the past few months. From June to August, major cryptocurrencies like Ripple and Ethereum recorded 40 to 50% losses against the US dollar, while Bitcoin dropped by less than 10%. Extreme oversold conditions as a result of intensified movement on the downside caused Ripple, Ethereum and the rest of the market to initiate a strong rally. According to Mike Novogratz at Yahoo Finance's second annual All-Market Summit, Michael Novogratz, former macro hedge fund manager and billionaire investor, the bear market of crypto has come to an end with Bitcoin bottoming out in the lower region of $6,000. We're getting that in another article as well. So we don't have to read all this part here. If Bitcoin has been established, if a bottom has been established by Bitcoin last week in the low region of $6,000, as long as the volume of the crypto exchange market can be maintained in the weeks to come, it is likely that most cryptocurrencies will recover further in a strong short-term rally. In the past 7 days, the volume of the crypto market has increased from 10 billion to 17 billion, with Bitcoin's volume rising from 3.3 billion to 5.4 billion. And what the article isn't mentioning here, but what I think is worth pointing out, XRP's volume rose from about 200 million to 3 billion. That is significantly crazier than anything else and makes up a whole half of this move. The abrupt rise in the prices of XRP and Ethereum has created strong momentum for the market, which is expected to extend throughout the month. And then the final paragraph, midterm rally question mark. From here, a gradual rally after a short-term corrective rally is more likely than an exponential increase in price. Previously, Japanese analyst Masayuki Tashiro said, "Personally, I am bullish, and by the time the outline of the regulations will come together in October, those investors who will feel safer will come back. I hope things won't get as overheated as last year, but I believe Bitcoin can win back the value of 1 million yen, that is roughly $9,000, in range." Based on the price prediction of Tashiro and the momentum of the market, a price target of $9,000 by the end of October could materialize. With positive developments in the US crypto market and optimistic progress in regulating crypto in the Japanese and South Korean market, investors expect the strong short-term rally to continue. Now, of course, when we see Bitcoin go up by 30 to 50%, we can expect the rest of the market to at least double, because altcoins always outperform Bitcoin in a rally, in a bull market. So I think the outlook here is very positive. At least definitely in the short term we should see a rally here, possibly a midterm one, and maybe we are back in a proper bull market. It is of course hard to say because we saw a lot of change today, and who knows where these prices will consolidate. Who knows how long we will hold onto these, but unless everything comes crashing down in the coming hours or days, I think we are in for a wonderful end of the year here. And next up, Bitcoin seller fatigue means market has bottomed, Michael Novogratz tells Yahoo. And I think I can agree with him here. We have long been discussing a Bitcoin bottom somewhere between $5,000 and $6,000. And we have been testing it for months now, and it seems we finally reached it, and now it is just up, up, up from here. Galaxy Digital CEO and infamous Bitcoin supporter Michael Novogratz says cryptocurrency markets have hit seller fatigue. Repeating his belief that prices have bottomed, various media outlets report Friday, September 21st. As part of his comments at Yahoo Finance's second annual all-market summit, Novogratz, who last week called a bottom for crypto on social media, said Bitcoin's price drops throughout this year had demonstrated its new stability. And he said, Bitcoin has held $6,000. Yes, it is off its highs, but it has established itself as a store of value, he told the audience quoted by Reuters, adding, I think institutions are moving towards investing. It's shocking how much has happened. I think we can all agree with this. We see so much movement. We see so much interest from institutional investors. It's crazy. Both Bitcoin and major altcoins were seeing a renaissance Friday after a week of flat performance, with Bitcoin US dollars climbing to highs above $6,007 at press time. Actually, I want to know where it is right now. Just below 6,700 at 6,696, and we actually see Ripple bit by bit closing the gap to Ethereum in the last couple times I've updated. It was slightly over 1 billion, and now it's about 800,000, a bit under 800 million, not 800,000. Where were we? Ethereum delivered gains of almost 11% in 24 hours, hitting $230 for the first time since September 6th. If you remember, after September 6th, we saw Ethereum crash quite significantly. Continuing, Novogratz additionally likened the current climate in cannabis stocks to how Bitcoin and Ethereum were in 2017. The prices of cannabis stocks today feel like Bitcoin and Ethereum did in December of last year, CNBC quotes him as saying, forecasting the market to grow relatively rapidly. Thursday, September 20th, saw US regulators again postpone a decision on a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, ETF, application by Van Eck and SolidX, with prices starting to rise soon after the news became public. So here we have another rather bullish outlook, and I've been saying it for about a week now that I think we are, if not in the next bull market, on the brink of it, that we will see it very soon, and I seem to be getting some support here. It seems people don't quite expect a repeat of early this year or rather late last year. People aren't expecting the same crazy quick growth, but rather a slow but certain trajectory upward. And last but not least, let's end this video with this, another positive outlook. Billionaire Tim Draper stands by bullish 250,000 Bitcoin price target for 2022. I'm not actually sure how crazy this target is at this point. If we reach 20,000 again, we're looking at a 12.5 time growth. I think that is very much a possibility if the markets continue moving the way we've seen them move. But let's look at the actual article. I'm just talking about the headlines here. Tech billionaire Tim Draper stands by his Bitcoin price target of 250,000 for 2022. Despite the recent slump, Draper remains undeterred in his enthusiastic outlook for the largest virtual currency by market cap. And he said, "This is going to be so big, so if you see a dip in prices, jump in," he told The Street at the 2018 Crypto Finance Conference in Switzerland. "Maybe it will dip further, but boy, I made the prediction and I'm sticking to it. 250,000 by 2022 for Bitcoin." After a massive spike in 2017, Bitcoin prices tumbled 50% in 2018. Despite the recent bear market, crypto's profile has never been higher and the industry continues to expand. In April 2018, Draper generated countless headlines after boldly predicting that Bitcoin would soar to 250,000 by 2022, as CCN has reported. And nothing has happened to change his outlook. They're going to think you're crazy, but I believe it, he said. It's happening and it's going to be awesome. Draper has an impressive track record with predicting Bitcoin price movements, so it's hard to dismiss any forecast he makes. In 2015, the venture capitalist accurately predicted that Bitcoin would top 10,000 by the end of 2017. Bitcoin soared above 13,000 on December 31st of that year. 4 years ago, Draper invested $250,000 in Bitcoin when its price hovered at around $6. He lost it all when Mt. Gox collapsed in February 2014. That is so sad. We were going to have this new kind of currency and it was going to be awesome, and I thought Mt. Gox's collapse was the end of it, Draper recalled. But Bitcoin only dropped about 10 or 15% that day on news that basically the biggest exchange just stole a whole bunch of money. Then I thought, wait a second, people really need this. This is really important, so I started buying a little bit at a time. Draper became a Bitcoin whale in late 2014 when he purchased 40,000 Bitcoin at a federal auction for $600 apiece. At the time, the US Marshals had seized 144,000 Bitcoin from the operators of the Silk Road drug marketplace. Draper said they were auctioning off 9 lots and most of the bidders were venture capitalists like him. Well, that makes sense, who else can afford that much? Here was my thinking, Draper recounted. Either this thing goes to nothing and too bad, or it goes sky high and nobody's going to care that I paid 5% more for it. So a bit up to $632, and I didn't just get one lot, I got all the lots. And he says this is bigger than the internet. Since then, the crypto market has mushroomed and Bitcoin approached $20,000 in December 2017. By then, Wall Street and the mainstream financial industry had taken notice of this burgeoning new asset class. Throughout the market's meteoric rise and recent slump, Draper has steadfastly remained a vocal proponent for cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. There are plenty of hacks around the crypto world, but the Bitcoin blockchain has never been hacked, Draper said. In fact, I am more confident in my Bitcoin than I am in the US dollars in Wells Fargo. Draper has no doubt that blockchain will revolutionize the world. This is the beginning of something that's bigger than the internet ever was, he gushed. I'm not sure about bigger than the internet ever was, but I think we can all agree that it's in a similar scale, potentially. Because success is never linear, Draper said cryptocurrencies will inevitably weather their share of ups and downs, but the market will continue to forge ahead. In fact, he predicts that the industry's market cap will soar to $80 trillion by 2023, as CCN has reported. The internet started in the same way, Draper said. It came in big waves and then it kind of came crashing down. And then the next wave comes concentrated but much bigger. I suspect the same thing will go on here. And I think that is a generally good outlook to have. I'm unsure about his numbers. I think they might seem a bit too optimistic for the time frame. I do think 80 trillion is still a very large number to predict the crypto markets to reach at any point in time, let alone in 5 years. But you can come back to this video in 5 years and tell me I was dead wrong if we do reach it. I'm keeping it open as a possibility. My personal hopes are lower. I'm hoping for 10 to 20 trillion by that point, which is still a rather significant number, but I'm not discounting this, and I think it's good to see people so heavily invested in the crypto world be so bullish. That means the markets will be moving in that direction. These are the people that ultimately control where the markets go. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here with one last look at the market just to see if anything changed, because it changed rather quickly. And we see XRP once again got a tiny bit closer to Ethereum here. Now less than 700 million in between them. Let's see if it will manage to rip the number 2 position from Ethereum again in the coming hours, or if it will stay in number 3 for a while. But it is now so much closer to Ethereum and has seen such spectacular growth in the last couple days that my love for XRP has been reignited. Well, it was never dead. If you've been watching this channel, you know I love XRP. I see so much potential in XRP in the future. I see such high price potential there. I see such a good use case and so much, they have so much funding behind them. They have such good tech. They are working with so many banks and financial institutions already, and we keep getting more news almost every day. Mark my words, when we see XRapid go live in the next month or so, there is a good chance we will see another day just like today, and I am so ready. After 2018, we might never see XRP below $1 again, so do with that as you may. I will end this video here. Thanks so much for watching. All the links to the articles are in the description. Make sure to subscribe if you want more videos like this. I do these pretty much daily. And if you want to support the channel, there's also ways to do that in the description. Thanks for watching.